Welcome back to BullyBall, a San Francisco 49ers podcast. Today, it's April 24th, and this week is the NFL draft. Let's go. It's our final mock draft Monday of the season. You guys have seen it all if you watched all the episodes. I believe this is episode 9. So we're going to go crazy with this one, all right? We've stayed place with our picks multiple times. We've traded up bunch of times. We're going to do a crazy scenario today. As you guys know, the 49ers have had a ton of interest in Trey Lance being traded to multiple different teams, the Bucks, the Texans, the Colts. So we're going to look at what these teams could possibly offer, and we're going to execute one of those trades, even though I don't believe they should do it. We're going to do it for this last mock draft. We're going to go a little crazy. So let's dive in. Start the draft. All right. Now, we know the Texans are one of the teams rumored to be interested. So I do not believe you're going to get pick 2 or pick 12, even though, the 49ers would want those. I believe you could possibly get 65 and 73 or 33. I don't even know if they would give up 33, but I think you could try and possibly get that. Another one's the Colts that are rumored to be really interested. Not going to get 4. You could probably get 35. So you could probably take 35 from them. Let's see. And then I believe the other one I was hearing a lot about was the Bucks. Where are the Bucks? Tampa Bay Bucks. So, their draft capital this year isn't that good. Maybe you could get a 2024 first. Would you guys do that? Let me know. I don't know. I don't know if I would or I wouldn't, but if you could swing 19 for Trey Lance, would you guys do it? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if they would trade 19. Probably is a decision that would happen when they were on the clock. So we'll go ahead and be a little more realistic. We'll say that Houston doesn't want a quarterback at 2 or 12, and they want Trey Lance at 33. And I'm not saying I would do this. Look, trade will likely be accepted. So, let's say the 49ers do it. I'm not saying they should or they will. Let's say they do it. So let's start this draft. All right, we're on the clock at pick 33. This is a ton of prospects we weren't expecting because we're up this high in the draft. So let's see. Oh, I'm not even on the screen right now. Hold on. All right, so let's see who we are going to draft here. Good guard here. We don't really need a guard. Great center. We brought Brendel back. Darnell Washington. I know a lot of people would love to have him and his size on the team. Maybe you go edge with Felix Anaduke Uzuma. He's a good player. Sam Laporta. I know a lot of fans really like Sam Laporta, the tight end from Iowa. Tons of talent here. But what do you do if you're the 49ers? Do you get Matthew Bergeron, the tackle? Did you go up to get your starting right tackle? Or do you trade back again? 35. You could probably swing 35 and 106, probably. But, we have all of our picks back here. I actually want to go ahead before we make this selection and try to trade into the 70s. Let's try to go up to 72 with the Titans. Tennessee Titans, 99, 102, and let's see if 164, 173 gets this done. All right, so now we moved up a little bit. And let's make one more trade since we have all these picks in the back end. Let's look for a pick in the 4th round since we don't have a pick in the 4th round. Let's try to go up to 124 with the Ravens, possibly. Just do some moving around. Obviously, you're going to do this, um, live. You're not going to be doing it before the picks are available. But let's see if we could do 164 and 155. What about 155? Yeah. All right. All right. So we made our moves. So we have a lot of higher end picks now than lower end. So let's look at Felix Anaduke Uzuma, however you say his name. 8 sacks this year, 29 hurries, 13 sacks a year before, and 25 hurries. Plays outside tackle. Look at the win rate. You love to see that. Remind you of Harold Landry. So that would be good. One of the bendiest defensive linemen in the class, a true edge runner. Love his pass rushing toolbox. You guys know me. I love that. When a edge rusher's coming into the league and they already have a pass rushing toolbox, they're more likely to make an immediate impact and they're less likely to bust out because, they have the toolbox already to win. Not a high end athlete. Balance can be an issue. Production suffered mightily when forced into more interior reps. So we're not playing him on the interior, so we don't care about that. He can improve setting the edge, but he's an every down edge. 6'3", 255, like the size. Might be our guy right there. Um, I know everyone likes Darnell Washington. Do we take him this high, though? Did we trade Trey Lance for Darnell Washington? I'm not too sure about that. So let me know who you guys find that's interesting around here. I like BJ Ojolari as well. Let's see. Isaiah Foskey, Tucker Kraft, just tons and tons of talent up in this second round. But we're going to go ahead. We'll go with Felix. All right. We'll take Felix right here. Coming back up at pick 72. We got Nathaniel Dell on the clock. Rashee Rice, another good wide receiver. Tucker Kraft is available. It's a player we would really like to have. Sidney Brown as well, the safety, instant starter next year for us. I know a lot of people like Luke Shoemaker. Jatavius Martin, he's a guy that's super versatile, can play slot, deep safety, strong safety, even some outside corner. That'd be a great pickup here as well. Blake Freeland. A lot of people like Blake Freeland. Tons of talent once again available to us. Tough pick to make here. But I think we're probably going Tucker Kraft. Let me know what you guys think. Yards this year weren't great, but only played in 9 games. When he played 15 games, 770 yards, 6 touchdowns. I believe he ran a 4.6. So better speed than most tight ends in this class. You want a guy that has speed at tight end so they can win when in route in the NFL. And as you can see, he's 254, and he had 25 broken tackles over the past 2 seasons. Let's go get our backup tight end and possibly future starting tight end when George Kittle retires or leaves the team. We're back on the clock here with one of our original picks, pick 101. And let's see who's available. Tanner McKee, we could take him to replace Trey Lance. I'm not doing that. Let me know if you guys would do that, but that ain't it for me. City So, I like they finally moved him up. Great player. Really like him. Wanya Morris, you guys know I really like Wanya Morris as my tackle for this year. Would love to have him. But as you guys know, we had Emery Hunt on the channel, CBS draft analyst, this past week. If you haven't watched that, go watch that video. Braden Daniels is his number 1 tackle in the draft class. So as you could see, his grade, 0 sacks, 1 sack, 1 sack in the past 3 years, giving up 2 sacks. A lot of hurries this past year, but he was playing left tackle this past year. The year before that, he was a right tackle, and you look at the grade, it's great. He's a strong guy, 6'4", 294, needs to put on some weight, but you know, we're going to believe in what Emery Hunt told us. He's his number one tackle and draft our right tackle of the future. All right, we're back on the clock in the fourth round. We did trade up to get this pick just so we could have more of that high-end talent available to us. Marte Mapu, I know a lot of people love him coming off the injury. But as you guys could see here in the fourth round, a lot of talent. Do we go get DTR to replace Trey Lance right here? Could possibly do that. You know, we have a tons of picks again. Let's trade up again because we have tons of picks in the 200s. Let's try to get back into the later 100s. Let's say, you know, this 160th range with the Giants, maybe. Let's see if we could find the Giants here. New York. I can never find the team I'm looking for first go around. New York Giants. Let's see if we could get 160 for 216. Oh, they don't want it. They do not want to trade any of these picks for that. Let's see if we could get 172. Nope. Unless we trade all of our picks. All right. So let's try to get up to maybe the 180 range with the Bucks here. Let's see. Tampa Bay Bucks 181. Let's see, 216. All right. I don't know if we want to package that many picks just to go up because that's a lot. But you know what? We don't really need much. So let's go ahead and do it. 4 picks to go up. It's a lot to give up, but you know, we don't need many people on this roster. So we're going up. With this pick, you guys are going to hate me. I know you're going to hate me for it, but I got to do it to you. We're taking Israel Abaconda, running back, super fast, 1,400 yards. And look at the receptions, 30 last year, 17 this past year. This dude, shades of Joshua Kelly, but this dude has game-breaking speed. Look, where he wins speed. That's what the 49ers are missing on offense. So let's go get him. I know you guys are going to hate that pick, but we go get a guy. We're back up. Viliame Fejoko's available. Keaton Mitchell's available. And look who's available, DTR. Clayton Tune, the other quarterback I really like that I think is a good fit for the 49ers. Jose Ramirez, we love him. Still tons of talent available. But you know what? 49ers showing a ton of interest in DTR. And, you know, I like DTR as a prospect. So that's our guy we're going to get to replace Trey Lance on this team because we did trade him just for the sake of this mock draft. All right, we're back on the clock. We filled a bunch of our needs. Where do we go here? Do we go Jake Witt at tackle? Dejuan Johnson, the good interior D lineman? You guys let me know what you're thinking here. Our guy Caleb Murphy, you know, the project edge rusher, really good player. Do we go get a kicker? Maybe we get a kicker to compete in camp. But the 49ers have met with Brandon Hill, safety from Pitt, good player, 5'10", 193. You know, played in the slot, box, and a little bit deep. So maybe we take a shot on him here. Would really like to take his teammate, Eric Hallett, who we actually had on our channel for a visit for an interview earlier in this off season. Great guy. Seems like he's going to be a good free safety in the league, but I don't believe they have him on PFF. Yeah, they don't. So let's go ahead and take his teammate, Brandon Hill. to be our backup safety. Hopefully, we could groom him like they did with Talanoa Hufanga into our starting safety next year. All right, let's see how we did. We only made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 selections, but I think that's more realistic for the 49ers. You know, they don't have many needs. You just got to fill a couple slots on this team. You get an edge rusher. It's going to compete with Drake Jackson with the possibility of starting day one. Um, Obviously, you know, you don't like to trade Trey Lance and draft somebody. Then you get the one-to-one comparison. They'll probably would trade back from that spot a few times, you know, muddle it up a little bit. But hey, I like the prospect. And then we made a trade up, which they didn't like. We did trade a lot, but we get Tucker Kraft, who I think is one of the best tight ends in this draft class. Good player, instant impact player on our offense. We get Braden Daniels, who's going to be our starting right tackle right out the gate. Good player. We get Israel Abaconda. We took another running back and we took him in the 4th round, but this dude is a game breaker. He's going to make an impact on your team in year one. Love the player. And then we take DTR, really the only one they really loved for us in the 5th round. We traded a ton of picks to go up and get him because we got rid of Trey Lance. So, hey, we need to get a third quarterback on this roster. That's DTR. And then in the 7th round, we take Brandon Hill, the safety, hopefully a guy you could groom to be your safety to take over for Talanoa Hufanga, not Talanoa Hufanga, for Tashawn Gibson after he leaves the team next year. They give us a C, but let me know what you guys think about the players because you're getting a ton of instant impact players in this mock draft. And let me know, would you guys do this Trey Lance trade? I personally wouldn't, but we're just mixing it up here today. So let me know what you guys thought of our final mock draft. We caused some havoc, but let me know what you guys think. Drafts coming up, man. I'm excited. And hopefully tomorrow or the next day, we're going to hopefully put out an NFL draft prospect guide of players we want the 49ers to draft. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next.